healthy mind lives in a healthy body. It's not exactly a new idea, right? I think we've all been told this, but it never hit me how much truth there is to this until I came across this experiment described in the book Spark by John Ratey. This experiment was done in a high school in Chicago, and they had the students come in early before the first class and had them do cardio exercise. After that, the students could hit the showers and then go straight to the first class. Now, what do you think would happen? I mean, I can just picture the students going like, oh, this is the worst, and then falling asleep at their desks. I mean, they have to get up earlier, they have to do exhausting exercise, and then they're supposed to sit down and learn. But as it turns out, this experiment increases academic performance quite significantly. Students perform better on things like memory retention tasks, but more importantly, they get better grades and more of them graduate than students who don't do this morning exercise. So here we have a really clear example of physical exercise directly improving cognitive performance. Now, we're not in high school anymore, but it made me wonder, could we get the same kinds of benefits as are described in this experiment? Could this kind of morning exercise help us be more creative, more focused, more productive? Well, let's find out. Based on the experiment from the book, we came up with our own version, which we call the Spark Challenge. And here are the rules. Every day before you start work, you do the following. First, a light 5-minute warm-up, followed by 20 minutes of moderate to high intensity cardio. The goal here is to be in 75 to 80% of your max heart rate for 20 minutes. Exercises like running, cycling, swimming, rope skipping, and so on are ideal for this because they let you actually maintain that heart rate over a longer period of time. It's not the same as, let's say, lifting weights or something where your heart rate will spike up and down, but it won't be elevated over 20 minutes. And then finally, after your exercise session and maybe a quick shower, you go straight to work on your most important task for the day. So with that, we got started. And this challenge is not as easy as it may sound.
This is the Spark Challenge, day 1. Good morning.
It is an absolute downpour out here, and I'm just gonna get things started with a little warm-up.
All right, that's 20 minutes of rope skipping. I'm just really bad at rope skipping is what I noticed. Like, usually I wouldn't do this much. The longer I do it, the more I get out of the rhythm, the harder I find it to keep the rhythm, and I make mistakes and so on. It's like, it gets quite frustrating. I think this is the best I can do right now, and hopefully that will improve over time.
All right, what's up? It's like 6 a.m. right now. This is day 1 of me doing the Cardio Spark Challenge. Let's see how it goes.
But now I've got to push through with a 20-minute high intensity circuit.
Yeah, sometimes when you go to do the Spark Challenge, you're gonna find that the sun is shining. Sometimes you're gonna find that it's raining.
Ollie, unfortunately, didn't make it past day 1.
Yeah, about this Spark Challenge, so the way I did this is I went into it all guns blazing, full of beans, full of energy for the first day. And then in the very first session, I injured not only my left shoulder, I also injured my shin, kicking a heavy bag too hard. So yeah, that's how that went down for me.
Another problem we faced was that 5 of the 6 participants in this challenge were in different cities all across the world at the time.
What's up, Team Icario? Missing you guys. Wishing we were doing this challenge together in person.
Unfortunately, this isn't new to us anymore. When we started Icario, we had this dream of coming together and doing things like this, exercising together, working together, doing these experiments, and basically exploring ways in which we can help people live better lives together, all in the same place, and to bring other people together in workshops and so on. And of course, because of the pandemic, we were never actually able to do this. So another aspect of what we're doing here is actually trying to find ways to bring some of that original dream and some of that togetherness into our work anyway. Doing a globally distributed group challenge is an attempt of doing exactly that.
All right, sun's just coming up. Let's go.
I'm getting a bit better at this, but I'm still pretty rubbish. Can't believe how long it feels, like time just slows to a crawl when I'm doing this.
I'd say that, yeah, so this has been the hardest morning so far. Just getting out of bed was rough. 6 in the morning.
let me tell you what we're doing today. So we gotta do 20 minutes of a workout, then I get into my first work session.
While the circumstances were difficult, after a few days, we all got into the swing of things.
What better way to get your day started than...
It's time to suffer through one more of these damn workouts. See how much better I got by now. And it becomes quite a good way to start your day. I mean, think about it. How much of an edge would you have over the average person if this is how you start your day and you're all fired up from actually having booted up your body and already worked out, and then you go in and work on your most important task? How much of an edge do you have over someone who needs like 3 coffees and then still feels sluggish? So clearly, we're onto something here.
Okay, so in an effort to stay warm and dry, I'm gonna be doing my Spark exercise challenge in my tiny workspace studio.
You know, I can definitely see working out in the morning, right? It feels really good. I get why people do it. I'm just ready to get on with the day now.
Why do I not do this all the time?
Eventually, our Spark challenge came to an end. So, in conclusion, did this exercise before work make us more productive, more focused? Did it work? Well, to be honest, it's hard to tell because, yes, of course, it feels good to do exercise. It makes you feel good about yourself in general. It wakes you up, and that work session generally feels good. But it's hard to tell whether it's specifically because you did 20 minutes of exercise of this kind, or whether it's because you have such a clear ritual that starts you into your workday. I kind of suspect that if you had some other ritual where you do something and then you very intentionally go and work on your most important task for the day, that would generate great results regardless. And it's quite difficult to isolate cause and effect here. But on the other hand, it doesn't really matter. We're not scientists, so we don't have to isolate cause and effect perfectly. What we know is that it feels good. It's a good way to get into work and to start your workday. And actual scientists have done the work and can show us that there is a real increase in cognitive performance, even if that's not something you like subjectively notice. So overall, there's no reason not to do this. Plus, doing this with a group is something I highly recommend. As an individual, your willpower generally doesn't last very long. And it is quite tough to do it, especially if you really try to follow the rules we laid out here. It's not an easy thing to do. Knowing that you're not alone, that your friends are doing this along with you, really helps. And it works even if those friends are spread across the globe.
Really smooth sailing compared to day 1. It felt really good. So I'm glad to feel the progress I'm making here. That's good. It feels like my time is not totally wasted. So that's it. Off to work.
Time is up.
So my takeaway is try the Spark challenge for yourself and see how it makes you feel and how it makes you perform. And invite some friends to do it along with you. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any inputs or any questions or suggestions, go ahead and leave a comment below.
Spark challenge, done.